Lovely.
Waiting for the broadcast to be published. Wow, I'm so impressed. And I'm live. All right, there we go. We're live.
Yay.
Look at that. Wow. So, surprisingly, we've gotten comments for the past few weeks. And
Oh, really?
I don't know if my Josh or anybody is pointing this out. I'm going to turn my microphone down because I'm peeking like nobody's business. So we've gotten comments about just not overly positive, obviously. Not all comments as you start off in YouTube are great and friendly. But there have been a few good suggestions, and one of those good suggestions was to introduce ourselves
Oh, yeah, that's true.
at the start of every podcast, which I guess was a pretty big oversight. So hi, I'm Brody. That's really all I need to say because I'm pretty boring. I'm sitting here today with a smaller group than normal. We usually have 5, but I have my longtime best friend Michael
Hello.
and our good friend Justin.
Adio.
There we go. Wow, a lot of stuff has happened. We missed last week because of Father's Day, and we sadly it was the week that we had some things that we were going to talk about come out, video game and TV show wise, but that's all right.
Just gotta mute myself 1 sec.
Yep, and we had a few things drop this week, so now we get to talk about both weeks, all in one podcast session, and I think it's a good thing to bring it up. Kind of wish Amanda was here for this, but Michael, would you like to talk about The Last of the Garbage 2? Sorry, I mean The Garbage of Us 2.
I haven't even touched it myself.
Okay. All right.
But from what I've been hearing from people, all the politics behind it is what's making it the quote unquote bad game. If you don't care about the politics, it's apparently a great game.
Apparently. So can I, if I may, I pulled up Metacritic. I know it's a weird website.
Yes.
So the Meta score is 94%. That means the website runners, I believe, Metacritic, love the game, right? They think it's it's the best game of all time. 94%, they love it, right?
It's very, very
Based on 108 critic reviews. Okay. The user score is 4.7 of 100.
Jesus Christ.
Out based off of 92,598 ratings.
Damn. Now I'll say
Goddamn.
I don't give a shit. I never played the first game. I had no interest in the first game. I have not played the second game, but like the politics, was it just like people being dicks?
I guess.
So I knew it was coming out, and I was like, oh good, nice, a new entry in a very, big series, just what people want. That's awesome. It's kind of a good, a nice thing to have around the time, but okay, apparently it's shit.
Yeah, so
I don't know what the politics are.
apparently it's absolute garbage. I also haven't played it. I assume the only person who has played it is Amanda, which is why I was kind of hoping she's not here. I thought she would have defended the game, say something like, excuse you. But you know what? I don't know. Apparently it's really bad. No, I'm not sure.
See, I think Michael said it on Discord earlier that like, oh, it's apparently a lot of people aren't liking it. I was like, oh, it's probably just not living up to the hype. Because, it's a second in a... So I believe the first game's essentially seen as like a masterpiece, isn't it?
Yeah, and the first game ends in a note where it's like, hey, there's sequel bait, but it
Yeah.
also ends in this could be its own story kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen the ending to the first game. I know that much.
Yeah.
And some of the DLC stuff.
Well,
think
most
it was
DLC stuff's just online stuff.
Yeah, but I just mean like I've seen some of that stuff, but not a lot of other things.
Alright.
But it's like, from what I'm hearing, it's like the one character you play in the first one, he dies brutally, apparently, in the story, and I think a lot of people just
Joel?
don't like that because that was the thing. From what I'm hearing is the portrayal of, since they've shown Ellie, as soon as they announced it, the one main character was and from the first game, she was bi or lesbian, and apparently people are just saying that it just falls bleak on that tone.
That is kind of an issue when you create those. We've actually had this conversation earlier on one of our podcast
Yeah, we
episodes,
have.
where I say if you're gonna devote to being supportive of every group of like every like LGBTQ group, you got to stick to it. Don't just make a character that one thing just because you want it to be their character, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly. See, and I'm telling you guys, it never works out. It never works out.
It's like more recently, this is something I didn't know until my mom told me
Yep.
actually, but like they announced SpongeBob was gay.
Yeah.
First of all, like no shit, that was a pretty obvious thing.
Who cares?
But like, yeah, I mean it doesn't matter. It's like why is this being announced? Like cool, but it doesn't add anything.
Yeah.
Nor does it take away from anything. So it just sort of seems like a useless piece of trivia.
Yeah.
To me.
And I will say, I was just farting around on YouTube. I follow PewDiePie just because he's a giant memer, realist. He's grown from his past mistakes, I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he's like was at the ending. You play someone completely separate from Elodie, I think halfway through the game.
Yeah.
And I just tuned in to like, cause on mobile it'll auto play videos, and it's like he died. I just tuned in. It's like he died, and the first thing that comes up was his mission was kill this character. And I'm just like, and it's a main character. I'm like, oh. You switched to another character, and now he's fighting the main. I was like, this what?
So
I know I'm missing. I know I'm at point B, or I'm at point Z, and I've missed the in between. But it's like that doesn't make sense even to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm just saying it's kind of fucking weird. Half the shit that some of these I don't know. Naughty Dog isn't doing so well in 2020. There's no really good game companies according to the internet right now in 2020. Nobody likes any of them. Have you noticed? Nobody likes whoever made Borderlands 3 because apparently that was a thing at the start of 2020.
That's Randy Pitchford being a fucking scumbag since his goddamn inception.
I know.
Because the dude is like horrible.
This is what I mean. This is everybody has a fucking reason to hate somebody. Now everybody hates Blizzard because of Blizzard Activision, but apparently they're leaving Activision, so I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Oh, good.
And then
maybe we can have
everybody shit all over Nintendo for obvious reasons and Game Freak for obvious reasons. So, and then you're like, oh, okay, so now they hate two of them, and now everybody's decided to take a big fat dump on Naughty Dog this year. And I'm like, dude, there's no game company from 4 years ago that made it, or even before 4 years ago that made it, and now they're just getting shit on in 2020. Like, what the hell? EA got their fucking dish in 2019, and now everybody else is getting shit on.
Yeah, just a bit. Honestly, I'm not.
Okay, it's kind of.
I think, really, like, big, like, AAA developers, there's nobody that really comes to mind, which is like, oh, those are great people. Yeah, like, I know, man. They're all, like, indie developers or, like, people like FromSoft and stuff, which I think even FromSoft, it's just no one's talking about them.
Man, yeah. Well, yeah.
It just doesn't help that how like big companies have really changed from their.
They've changed. You could see that people are still not paying for games or buying all of this stuff like they used to be, right? Like nobody's paying for MOBAs anymore, right? Like the amount of people were paying for like skins and games have died down. People are just done spending money in games after they bought it. And the game company is like, oh, fuck, we've built our entire next 5 years off of this. And you guys... Yeah. So this is where all the scum shit is coming out. Because I think everybody's just looking for an excuse to fucking hate on everybody.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2020.
Alright, I'm sorry. We gotta keep it moving. We're gonna talk about the next new game, the game that you guys might have brought up. My granddad passed away, so I took a couple weeks off the podcast. So I don't know if we already talked about this, but have we talked about SpongeBob Rehydrated?
Well, that just came out
No, that just
Tuesday.
came
Yeah.
out, yeah.
But did you guys talk about it when they announced it, though, is what I mean? Did we talk
Uh,
about it?
No, because that was
no.
last E3, so that'd been
I
last year.
tried watching a little bit of it. I know that my guy who does full-on 100% Let's Plays without talking over this game has said he's working on one. So I'm waiting for that so I get the full game experience.
I've downloaded, played about a good hour and a half.
Oh, so you had it.
From yeah, I bought it like yesterday. Played a bit of it last night, and all I can say is from what I've seen and what I've heard, it's a 1-to-1 rebuild.
Nice.
They've added like cut content like the Robo Squidward and some other stuff.
Player stuff. So I've watched. There's a guy named Shift. He's a speedrunner who helped develop the game and stuff like that, and he's played the original, like, hundreds of thousands of hours. So he helped make the game for some instances, and what he said was that it's pretty similar. I mean, there's some. Every game.
There is some but they've also
it's
brought
its own
it to
thing.
2020.
Yeah.
It's like it's 1-to-1, but they've brought it to 2020 physics kind of thing.
But
Even
the
I've
biggest
noticed.
issue I know a lot of people have is the glitchiness.
I haven't noticed any glitches.
Again, like he's a speedrunner, and when I watch him, so obviously he's like jumping out of the map and doing.
He's
blah, blah, blah.
So,
that's his.
whole thing.
Did you know that you can actually beat the game in 3 minutes? It's on YouTube.
Yes.
2 minutes
can-
and 19
yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, you could
Yes,
speedrun it. There's
he's the
somebody
world
who
record.
has apparently sped-run the game. I don't know if they
That
glitched
was
it
Shift.
or bugged it. No, I mean, there's a video. I haven't watched it, but there's a video who
There's-
somebody apparently beat it in 30 seconds.
So
There's an
it's
exploit where if you have 2 controllers connected because of the multiplayer,
Yeah.
2 inputs.
Yeah,
so it can be
if you
keyboard
hit
and stuff.
XA space if you're on playing your keyboard, if you hit both of them at the same time, because there's 2 inputs on the exact same frame, you can go from being inside SpongeBob's house at basically as soon as you take control to the final level boss section,
Yes.
and
What the
just by pressing A on 2 controllers.
How?
Yep.
How do you break a game that hard? The best part
Yeah,
is
'cause
it's on
it's-
PS4, so they can technically patch it out, but
They can
Just-
patch it,
Yeah, as well.
but it's just they don't. Well, you're playing with 1 controller.
Yeah.
There's no feasible way they expect you to hit at confirmed 2 times on the same
Apparently,
frame.
There
Yeah.
is a way. I don't know how to do it on PS or PS4.
PC,
PC is easier. Is what you
it's the
do.
easiest because you can use the Xbox control and then
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hit space and A at the same time. Boom,
Yeah.
you're done. You're in.
Yeah.
So
that makes
yes,
sense.
apparently it's a very good game, but it has no replay value besides like speedrunners, and it has more work that needs to be
Okay.
done.
Well, that's
It's also
you know what? It's fine. It is a remake of a game that was for kids, if I'm being honest. So I don't think people are supposed to treat it like the next fucking Dawn of Horizons.
Yeah.
Or some big name that made it. I mean, it is just SpongeBob rehydrated.
I will say,
let's
yeah, it's
be
also
honest.
at least it also has a remaster price of like $40
Yeah, it's
Canadian,
not
so it's like 30 American.
Oh, dude, I know we're gonna talk about this, but the new Pokemon Snap better not be a full $80. I'm just saying it out loud right now.
That's
That
probably
game's-
gonna be a full $80. It's
probably
Nintendo.
is. I mean,
It's
it's Game
Nintendo,
Freak. It's
yeah.
Game Freak. It's new 2020 Game Freak. But that's besides the point, because the other thing. Oh man, sorry, I got caught up watching this rehydrated trailer. Hang on, it just started auto playing. We got the PS5 announced.
Yep.
Not really
with
much
all
to
the
say about
memes.
it. We kind of there's a lot of other more credible people who've already talked about it. We also don't even know if we're gonna get it yet, so we're probably not gonna talk about it. But
I'm probably getting it, but
But-
yeah.
we have Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's coming out.
About time.
Is coming
I'm
out
so happy.
in October. They're guesstimating October 2nd. I think is what the internet has been saying.
yeah, no, it leaked
It's
with
coming
everything.
out to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One on October 2nd.
Switch. I think it's on everything on October 2nd.
It just says PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on this website. I don't know if the Switch gets it. Maybe. This website tells you where it picks up, but we've already talked about this. I mean,
It's picking up from the
From Crash.
end of 3. They're dropping the Activision.
Where else would they fucking?
Yeah, after
take up?
Twinsanity, no thanks. Like, we don't need the twins and like Twinsanity Island and Evil Crash. And
Anyway,
all
the
that shit.
point is that it's come out. Everybody's really happy. I think they're guesstimating it's going to be around $60, which isn't bad for a PS4,
That's not
Xbox One.
terrible.
$60 isn't that bad for a Crash Bandicoot game. A game that you know you're going to get 3 to 4 hours out of. I mean, come on.
I mean, I'm hopefully more.
Well, if you're going to just run it once,
Yeah.
it's 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. With that said, I don't know how I feel about it because I haven't been the biggest Crash fan, but it's a thing.
It's cool. As someone who's not, again, I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest fan, but it was still
Something
really
from
cool to see.
childhood, seeing it being revived 20 years later, that it's like, like
you
holy
think-
shit.
You think that's exciting, Michael? Just wait until we get into what we're going to talk about soon.
God.
So I guess I don't know. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about? If not, I'm just going to talk about all the new Pokemon stuff, which is going to take
Go ahead.
half an hour.
I've yet to touch the DLC.
Okay,
Pokemon.
so thank you, because that was what I was going to talk about first, was the DLC, because it came out. It's the first thing I want to talk about before any of the directs. But the DLC came out, and it's not terrible. Justin did say it was really short. He played it for 2 days.
Like,
As a casual player.
Yeah, as a casual player, I'll just say, again, I'm not here to complete the Pokédex. I'm not grabbing all 151 Digletts.
Yep.
You know, I wanted to go through the game, grab some of the Pokemon I liked, and that's it.
Yep.
Yes, I played it for about 2 days, and that's not like 48 hours. That's like, let's say about 10 hours-ish.
Yeah, it took him 2
Main
days.
story, if you're just doing the main story stuff, you'll be done it in like 3 hours max.
You know
and that's
what?
if you're also getting sidetracked.
I like the DLC because I did everything. I finished the Pokedex. I did the 50 Digletts or whatever. And I'm still playing it to this day, only because I do competitive and stuff like that and breeding. So I'm obviously getting my money's worth out of it. And there are other features that casual players like Justin Michael probably wouldn't notice because they're really only for endgame competitive and breeding. But you get the new Mark Charm, which is pretty garbage. It's the least anticipated item for completing the Pokedex ever. You even get a stupid cosmetic crown, which it's just a skin, something I've never cared about in games, so it didn't affect me at all. But there's that. So feel free to enjoy that if you want to finish the Pokedex. I finished it because I'm a completionist and I want to.
And you love Pokemon.
There are new moves that came out, and there's one new move for each type. And some of them are really good, and some of them are really garbage. I'm not gonna lie. They finally gave us a special attacking ground type move that burns things on contact. I think
Scald?
No, that's water.
No,
But-
sorry, what was? I'm trying to remember when that was.
Well, Scald
I've
is the
seen
water
it.
type that burns it. Ground is
Yeah.
which is fine. I gave it to my Torkoal on my Sunny Day team, and now he destroys house. I'm just saying, he's a monster right now. Then they came out with some other things, like there's a triple hitting ice type move and a triple hitting dragon type move that boosts speed and just speed, which is really impressive. The flying type sucks. It's a garbage move. Don't use it. It's the same. I think it's not the fighting. I think it's the same with the fairy type. I'm not sure, but the fairy types finally get an explosion because that's what they needed. I hate it. I hate the fairy type explosion move so much.
Good or is it terrible?
It's 100 base power, but the power triples if you're on Misty Terrain, which is
What?
So it's a 300 base fairy type move that knocks out all
Jesus
Pokemon and
Christ.
yeah. That's what I said. I was like, no, fuck that, fuck
My
that.
God.
Yep. So there's that. Obviously, there's new Pokemon, new abilities. You can now get Watts easier and you can use the Cryomatic to get items for evolutionary items, which is really nice. I really like that. I can finally get all my golden bottle caps by trading in my normal bottle caps for my shiny Pokemon. If you didn't know, golden bottle caps max out all of your stats. So, it's really nice because now my shiny Pokemon don't just sit there and be fucking garbage. So, it's true. I mean, I've seen people who waste their time and waste my time in competitive by bringing a team of all shinies that have no synergy, but just brought them because they're all shiny, and it's like, okay, well.
Yeah, I know, like, big dick flex. Yeah. Like,
it's not even that. It's like, well, I'm done in 5 minutes because I have a rain team. Sorry, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you expected or anticipated, but there you go. We're done. But yeah, so there's that. So the DLC has things for after post-game stuff, but if you're just playing the storyline, there are some flaws. There are some real flaws.
Fuck Avery, by the way.
First off, in the announcement trailer, he's like, you get a Kubfu that'll explore the island with you, and then you get it after the story, after you've explored the island. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you get Kubfu
so
after.
Isn't the story supposed to be about getting it to evolve into its other form?
No, that's the post-game story.
Stuff, but yeah.
The actual...
But wasn't that what they advertised that was the story?
Yeah.
Dude, like, the actual story lasts like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And then, this is the best part, right? So you do it, you get Kubfu, and then he's like, your Pokemon can follow you around, and I thought that was really cool. It's not perfect. Yeah. It's not perfect. They literally just teleport to you if they're too slow to walk. And I'm like, how the fuck does this work? Because it's not based off of speed. I think it's based off of walking animation, which is the dumbest excuse I've ever heard in a game. But then you compare it to things like Soul Silver, where you could have them follow you around. And then you compare it to things like Let's Go Pikachu, where they could be out of the Pokeball too. And the teleportation animation isn't even right. When you teleport in the game, there's a Pokeball that shows up on the ground and it collects Pokemon, both in Soul Silver and in Let's Go Pikachu. Which means they already had the means and graphics to animate the Pokeball, sucking them in and re-releasing them right there in front of you. Instead, they just teleport. There's no animation for it. They just pop in and out of existence. And that is really weird. I think people who complain about the walking has a valid complaint there, because they do have it already. They already have it. There's no excuse. It's not like it's their first time trying it out, guys. They've done it like 6 times already, and it's a pretty piss poor excuse if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Then I had some flaws with the Kubfu storyline itself, because you have to do the towers with Kubfu, but if you leave him in the box, you don't have to bring him into the tower.
So I actually did that, and they actually made me go back and pick him up.
Well, I mean, you can access the box from your own bag.
Yeah. But I mean, I only had one Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or sorry, I had my full team, and Kubfu wasn't there. Or no, he was in my last slot.
Yeah.
And they literally said you had to get rid of everything except for Kubfu.
So it's weird, because you can only do it with one Pokemon, but the game only really... Like, he gives you a prompt. He's like, you don't have Kubfu in your party. Do you still want to continue, yes or no? And I'm like, that's weird. And you can do it without Kubfu. I did it with Kubfu, obviously, because I'm not an idiot. I wanted to play the game the way it was meant to be played. But, I did it, and we explored it. And then I evolved him. And then we did the post-game. The post-game storyline was decent. You met up with Hop again. Hop said that the professor's in the ice area, so we get to see her again. Whatever, big whoop. You explore around with Hop, collect some nectar so you can get your Gigantamax Urshifu now that it's evolved, which I really like that that's also storyline. There's a problem, though. There's a moment in time where you fight a giant Vespa Queen, right? And...
Dynamaxed?
Yeah, a Dynamaxed Vespa Queen, and then they do it. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why didn't they just fucking make a Gigantamax form? Right? Why didn't they just give the Vespa Queen a special form? Really. You're honestly just gonna...
big story piece.
I can fight a normal one of these any day of the week in the first den at the goddamn wild area. Like, I can just throw a wishing piece in there and find it. And you're not even gonna bother? Like, what the fuck? Alright, fine. Whatever. If Vespa Queen was a new addition, which it's not, I would be okay with it. But it's not. So... major plot hole right there. Surprise! It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why is it just a permanently Gigantamax Vespiquen? Is that the story? I don't know. It's kind of stupid. There are some issues with it. I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed the DLC. I got my $30 worth out of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed what I played.
But
except for Avery.
Apparently the snow biome is triple the size of this fucking DLC, so we're gonna have to wait and see. So
yeah, this one definitely seems. Sorry, Mike. I'll let you go after this.
No, it's alright.
Definitely seems like this was sort of the one to kind of satiate the hunger, and then the other one's gonna be like the actual meal.
Yeah.
You know, this is the appetite.
Like the other one's the actual.
Well, the
supposed
other one
to be the actual Sword and Shield 2 version game.
The other one has all the legendaries in it, so we don't actually get any of the legendaries in this DLC.
Except for Kung Fu, which I
Kung Fu is already banned in online competitive.
Yeah, and I saw that coming the second he was like announced. I was like, "Well, that's gonna be banned," and I don't even pay attention to that shit. I was like, "Oh, it's a weird fighting legendary bear thing." Oh, okay. Well, that's probably not gonna be interesting.
I thought it was like a pseudo legendary since everyone gets it.
It's not a pseudo legendary. It's kind of fucking weird. It's weird lore.
The whole
difference.
Because it goes pseudo legendary, which is your super rare, right? Like your salamancers and your dragonites and stuff like that. Things that don't normally exist and walk around. Or your pseudo legendaries. But then you have your mythics, which is your Mew and your Jirachi, and then you have your legendaries, which is your Dialgas and Arceuses and stuff. And I would assume Kung Fu is a mythic, but I'm not sure what Urshifu is, if he fits into it at all. So there's that. But yeah, so the DLC is decent. It's okay. It's not the greatest thing I've seen, but it is definitely a good first attempt. And the second DLC has all the legendary birds, and apparently you have to go back to the Armor Island to get some legendaries, so, you know, I guess we're going back there. With that said, we're going to move on, and finally...
Well, I've got one thing I've got to say about that. I also have to complain about that whole special event that they were doing.
What?
The Zerazora.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's available for everyone. Oh, yeah, but, you know, everyone has to defeat 1,000,000 of them. Oh yeah, but it's only if you, and we're only giving you it if you have Pokemon Home. What happens if I don't want to pay that $10-$20 for Pokemon Home?
Yeah, I just gave you $30.
You know Pokemon Home is free, right?
I thought it was...
No. It's free for one box. So you get one box, which is all you need for free, and then you can pay to have more.
Oh, okay. Just from what I've heard, it was...
No.
It's still subscription based.
No, see, some people...
I thought that's what it was when it was announced.
No. I mean, they had the subscription option when it got announced, sure, but it's not subscription based.
Oh.
But finally, after 20 years, I can live my long dream of brushing my teeth with Pokemon. Just saying, I could finally load up an app and brush my teeth while playing Pokemon. It's great. It's fucking fantastic. It's called Pokemon Smile, and it is a game for kids. And obviously, this is a joke. I don't actually want to brush my teeth with Pokemon. But you and I, everybody here knows that they would go absolutely fucking bonkers if they were kids. Like if we were kids and we had the ability to do that on our phones. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anybody complaining that we took up time on a fucking announcement trailer. Because guess what? It doesn't matter if you grew up playing Pokemon. You're adults.
Guess what? It's a kids series.
Oh, I would have never imagined it was for kids.
No, fuck you, Justin. Fuck you, Justin. It's for me and my 23-year-oldness and my college other grade and my 29-year-old brother.
10 and up.
Listen, and you know what? And if you don't like that it's for kids and they don't fucking, you've been playing this game for 20 years and now they're not appeasing to you, I don't know what to tell you. You're an adult. Fucking the game.
I know.
Life doesn't give a fuck about you now. Get over it. So
I will correct myself. It is marketed towards children.
Now, with that said,
their prime
the other
demographic might be adults, but their entire marketing campaign is based upon, hey, look at these cute or badass looking things.
Yeah. With that, with all of that said, I'm just gonna give you guys a heads up right now. The other game, that Pokemon Coffee game, I don't know who it's trying to fucking appease. Two single moms, the old ladies. I don't know.
It's
it
interesting.
Looks cool.
I tried.
I'm just not gonna play it. Michael, did you try it?
I tried it.
Okay, you tried it.
I saw it. It's baby's first puzzle connect matching game.
Yeah.
You click a Pokemon, you spin around to gather all the rest, let go, there you're done. You got a certain amount of moves to get whatever Pokemon order you want.
Nice.
That's about it.
Alright. And then I guess we had
And League of Legends got some weird skins.
I'm gonna say
Brody's joke.
Pokemon Snap for the last, because we're gonna talk about League of Legends for a little bit. I guess. Listen, I'm not gonna play this game. I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. No.
I'll try. That's about it.
I've played League of Legends, and I'm not gonna lie. It is so fucking disgusting how ripped off it is. Even the map looks the same.
Bars and everything.
Oh my god! Don't even get me started. So there is a silver lining in this game. If you didn't know, the game is called Pokemon Unite. It's the new League of Legends style. It looks like it's only using Pokemon from Gen 1, except for Lucario. For some fucking reason, I guess Lucario's in the game.
Fighting type or something.
All the screen caps and things and all that, where they were like showing off Pokemon. Everything else has been from Gen 1. Snorlax, Pikachu, Zapdos, all that shit. And then they just have Lucario. So I don't know. But
maybe they'll add more later or something.
Know. Maybe. But the point is that it's a thing, and there's a silver lining, and the silver lining is it is the first Pokemon game in 20 years that can be played in China. That's pretty fucking big for Nintendo and Game Freak.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. China finally having a Pokemon game is pretty important, so I'm going to imagine it's going to be very successful, because there are people in China who play Pokemon that can't get it in China. So we're gonna see. We are gonna see what exactly is gonna come out with this Pokemon game. I will say it got shit on hard when it got announced.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And I'm telling you guys, Game Freak's got to stop trying new things. I mean, you guys can play, like, we know you have that farm game coming out and you're going to announce it, but I'm just giving them a heads up, man. You got to just start making normal Pokemon games again, because I'm sorry. They're not fucking doing so well. It is mostly the fan base's fault, because they want a Gen 4 remake. It's the only thing we want. So,
I would like that. I'd play that.
It's kind of dumb, because everybody's like, well, we want the Gen 4 remakes. I'm like, great, but, the company's going to make other things, too. I don't know what to tell you. So...
Yeah, it's not like... I'm willing for other stuff to come out first.
Yeah. I'm
not, like, so rabid for a Gen 4 remake that I'm like, I will fucking bomb your office.
No, but, fuck, it's so bad, some of the things online where people are like, this is all we want. It's like, yeah, well, Game Freak has said they're trying new things, and they're trying to figure out where the company's going, and that does kind of mean they probably won't get one, so, sorry.
Yeah, at least not for a while.
Yeah, they probably are going to make it eventually, but right now, they don't really fucking care. They have other things on the go. And I'm not gonna lie, from the sounds of what they're releasing, like the looks of it, like the DLC, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Unite, like, I think that's it for 2020. Like, I think this is what they planned for 2020. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is all we're gonna get.
Which, I mean, personally, I'm okay with.
Yeah. Well,
whatever.
I don't.
But I'm not a
play Pokemon
hardcore.
Unite. Sorry.
Nope.
With that said,
not.
We get to talk about the best game they've announced for 2020, and that's the new Pokemon Snap remake.
That's at least in development.
It's was coming soon, which does not narrow the date, but it's all right. There are some people asking if it's a Nintendo Switch exclusive, which is a good question, because they haven't really been making Switch exclusives other than Sword, so we'll see.
I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
Well, here's the thing, too, right? They've been doing a lot of phone games, and they've been doing a lot of crossover games, too, so it's kind of fucking weird. Like, Tencent...
But it also looks, just from the trailer, it looks very, like, like
Switchy.
Switch hardwired.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I'm gonna play it on the Switch regardless if it's not a Switch exclusive. So, you know, I thought with this, it's kind of nice because we get new graphics on Pokemon we don't have yet. Like they show off a Dodrio, which we don't have in Sword and Shield yet. So they have models for other games, which is nice. We get to see Vivian and some of the Gen 7 stuff and whatever. We got a Squirtle there with the Lapras and whatever. But they showed
What was the turtle guy called?
What?
The turtle? What the hell is his name? They showed him in the trailer as well. Fuck, I can't remember his damn name.
I don't. Who?
Turtle with the trees on it.
Torterra?
Yeah.
Torterra, yes.
Yeah, Torterra. There you go.
Showed him off. So.
Yeah, so, you know, they are working on things for 2020. And I'm not gonna lie, they have Pokemon Snap, they have Pokemon Unite, and they now release 2 DLCs of Pokemon Sword. I really don't blame them for not having a full Pokedex release for Pokemon Sword. Because, let's be honest, it's pretty good. But with that said, I'm not sure how I feel about this fucking Pokemon Snap game. I obviously love it, but I think with this, we're probably going to see more of the N64 games if it's a success, which means we could see a Coliseum game. Because they have kind of abandoned the competitive aspect of normal Pokemon? Question mark? So I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if we can get a XD Gale of Darkness remake, that'd be nice.
Or just another, like, 3D Pokemon
of that style.
Story.
Of that style, or maybe doing a Pokemon stadium or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something of the sort. That would be cool.
Yeah, because you could tie in Pokemon Home to Stadium. So, you know.
Yeah. There's a bunch of different things they can do with it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really all of the things we had to talk about with Pokemon that half an hour, because, you know, it just works.
There's not a lot, but it's just it's a lot of anger right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people, and uncertainty, because we don't know. For all we know, with something like Pokemon Unite, it'll just be phenomenal and fantastic and blah 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 blah. I don't know. I played League of Legends back like 10, 12 years ago. I hate it. I hate its community. It's a bunch of salty fucks. So yeah, I have no desire to play it.
That's why I'm like, I'll try it, but I also want to know what Game Freak / the Pokemon companies free to start means.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be in-app purchases. I'm calling it.
Well, there is. It was on the preview when they showed it. Like Pokemon Cafe, I can already tell you the free to start. It's free to start, but it's just classic mobile. Pay for more currency. Pay for unlimited life.
Absolutely.
Stuff.
Yep, absolutely. You're probably gonna have to buy more than the starting Pokemon too. Just saying. So.
That doesn't surprise me.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they have that as soon as it gets announced. You know what I mean? Like, you get the 3 starters and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, it's 5-on-5, so I assume you get the base 5, and then there's like a few characters. It's like, hey, you gotta kind of unlock these by playing.
I mean, so long as it's also kind of the way League of Legends does it, where it's if I remember correctly, you can buy it with. You can buy it with their premium currency, or you can do it by just playing the game.
Yeah.
Because you get your in-game coins and stuff like that too, which you can then use. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not that concerned about it. You know, maybe I'll give it a shot. I highly doubt it, but you know,
we'll see. We'll see. Because they've been trying to make these fighting team games for a while now for Pokemon, and it's not fucking working out so well for them. So.
Yeah,
Pokken and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At least not in
Pokken. Pokken at least originally was an arcade game in Japan, which that's just makes sense because that's just the kind
Well,
of
that's the
games
way it
over
should
there.
be played, if I'm being honest. But
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like a few. It's like a few games. It's like they try to. It's like an arcade game in Japan, but the Western audience wants it, so they gotta make it a console game,
yep.
and it doesn't transition well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
I think I tried a demo of Pokken. I think.
it's just a It's just a 3D two. It's a
Yeah.
3/2D fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
they're all the same, just with different kind of flares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one had Pokemon flair.
Pretty much.
Anyway, unless we have anything else to talk about, we can end the stream, the podcast and the stream here.
How long have we been going?
About 40 minutes.
I mean, I can just fill in a couple more minutes because I've been playing Sea of Thieves is one thing I've been playing, which it's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty dead, I'm pretty sure right now, but highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun, even solo. Getting drunk, steering a ship, puking on other people, stuff like that. Being a pirate. And then I've also been playing Minecraft 1.16, where it's the Nether updates. Pretty much makes the Nether actually worth going to,
Yeah, that's good.
because it's
Now has the
That's new.
strongest material in the game.
yeah. Well, God, I don't have any of that shit yet. I have like 2 scraps of it and to make 1 ingot. It's like 4 scraps and like 4 pieces of gold, and then that makes 1 ingot. And it's really weird, and then you also need like need the diamond tool already, and then you like surround it or something in the ingots, however it works, and then that's how it makes. But yeah, it's actually pretty good. The piglins are way better than zombie pigmen because you can trade with them. You can, actually like be around them
Making-
as long as you're wearing gold.
Mm-hmm.
They've made gold more useful.
Yeah, it's no longer just a thing you waste like strip mining to make like a shit ton of like pickaxes that go away in like 10 hits. So it's pretty good. The new biomes are fucking terrifying. My God, it's so hard, but I do enjoy it quite a bit. The Strider, which allows you to actually like go into the lava and stuff like that, that's pretty awesome. I like that thing a lot. They still don't have a way for you to craft a fucking saddle, as far as I'm aware. So
Of course not.
I would love to be able to actually ride a Strider.
Why would
but
they?
I
That
have
makes sense.
one saddle,
Yeah.
and like I don't really want to waste it because I don't know how powerful the thing is, and I'd like to get a horse. So yeah, a bunch of updates besides that stuff like just like a bunch of like little overworld changes and stuff like that, which is pretty nice and handy. And yeah, no, it's fun, it's good, honestly, I'd say it's a needed update because every time you went into the Nether, it was like, okay, I don't want like 10 blocks of glowstone. Okay, I want some quartz.
I want some quartz for my place to XP. I want glowstone because it can make pretty Hawaiian stuff.
Yeah, I need some stuff for
You need blaze for the potions.
Yeah,
and
nether wart.
wither skulls so I can fight the wither and make a beacon, and that's about it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you went in for the one item sort of thing and then you left.
Yep.
There wasn't much of a point to going in and staying. And they even have a block because of this. They have a block which makes it so you can charge it with glowstone, and if you die, you come back in the Nether.
Oh.
So it's sort of a Nether respawn point.
That's cool.
So it's pretty nice. So yeah, it's a good addition. Has a lot of really awesome stuff in it, and that's kind of about it. So yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Well, I mean, the Nether update sounds great. I'm not gonna lie. I still
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have
Realm
an
is-
interest in going back to that game
Yeah.
right now.
Yep.
But
Well,
yeah,
as long as I have the realm up, you're more than welcome to just send me an invite.
this is true. So yeah,
Or send me your name and I'll invite you.
yeah. So I will. I'll end it here. I'm gonna go eat because I have to work today. So
Yeah.
thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you next week.
Keep leaving comments. It actually will help us,
I
despite
know,
the fact that
I
I
know.
don't actually read them. That's
Well,
Brody's job.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, that is.